Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick, and I'm a top author on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I will be speaking about USDJPY. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect for this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, so the COT data, so essentially what hedge funds and the big players in the market are doing and how they're moving their orders. And by the end of the video, by using a combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here for this pair. So this is definitely a video you do not want to miss. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to be for high quality free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. Starting here from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that clearly we have a market which has been in an uptrend for quite some time, creating higher highs and higher lows. The last movement was this impulse to the upside, which created a new higher high, higher than the previous one. The previous low is exactly here. So if the market is to create a higher low, this area here would definitely be an interesting zone at which create that higher low, because essentially this is exactly the previous resistance at this point turns support, from which usually in an ideal uptrend you would see the market create a higher low at. In fact, when you have an ideal uptrend, you expect the market to create higher highs and higher lows, but every time the market in an ideal uptrend would go and test exactly the previous resistance turn support. Now, no market is always ideal, but when you're looking at a zone at which you have a high probability of the market creating a higher low, is normally the previous resistance turn support, especially because in this case, we have the level that has already been tested twice here as resistance. Now it has been broken to the upside. So a higher low at this zone would be quite interesting. So from a monthly standpoint, there is the possibility for a bit of bearish price action and then more longer term bullish continuation. Dropping down on the weekly time frame, what do we see? Well, from a weekly perspective, at the moment the market is rejecting this level here, which is this previous red candle, so previous weekly resistance, which is now turned support. And as the market is testing this previous resistance turned support, there is the possibility of a bit more bullish continuation to be created. But overall, if the monthly wants to continue lower, there is still the possibility to see some selling pressure into the zone. So the weekly time frame, the only thing that we can really keep in mind is that this area does have some support. Dropping down on the daily time frame, this is where things start to get much more clear. In fact, what we can notice is that in creating this move to the upside, the market is starting to create this W formation. And in general, after the creation of a W, what you would expect is a potential rejection to the downside, completing the W formation at the neckline, so the previous resistance turns support. So from a daily perspective, there is definitely the possibility to see a bit more bullish price action, but then a rejection lower, completing this W formation at the neckline, which is essentially the previous resistance turn support. Before we dig deeper into what we have here from a technical perspective, first, let's go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so what hedge funds and the big players in the market are doing precisely on the JPY. Now, what we can see here is that with the last reports on the JPY, institutions have been adding longs and closing shorts. We can see just with the last report, 11,800 longs added on the JPY and 12,000 shorts getting closed. Now, this means that essentially as institutions are longing the JPY, they are shorting USDJPY because a longing of the JPY, since every currency is traded on the spot against the USD, means that actually institutions are shorting USDJPY in order to long the JPY. And this makes USDJPY weaker. So keeping that in mind and moving back to the chart, what do we have? And by the way, if you still haven't, make sure that you join my free Telegram channel, which you find both on the screen and also linked in description, so you never miss new updates. Now back to the analysis. Well, here on the daily time frame, if the market will create more continuation to the upside, as we were saying, we would have the creation of that W formation, after which there's a good probability of getting a potential rejection lower, completing a W formation at the neckline, so the previous resistance turns support. So if we get this push higher and the creation of this W, what would I expect? Well, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily time frames combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames when it comes to the directional aspect of the market. However, when it comes to identifying early shifts in the trend of a market, the best time frames for that are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what I would expect is that if this market would shift from an intraday bullish to bearish market, at that point, I wouldn't be surprised to see a potential push lower, completing this W formation at the neckline. This definitely wouldn't surprise me. Now, if you want to learn more, I really suggest that you go and check out the transparentfxtrading.com website, which you find linked in description. From here, in fact, you will have the possibility to gain access to my entire courses. You will also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one live private mentoring directly with me, the VIP market breakdowns with the Telegram signals, the COT data software, which is precisely the one that we used in this video, the trading station software, which puts together everything that you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you continue to scroll down the website past the testimonials, you will see that you have the possibility to join and gain automatically access with email and password that you will create during the sign-up process. So I really suggest that you go and check it out as soon as possible. The link is in the description and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and also let me know in the comments below any new pairs or topics that you would like me to cover in the next videos. And I will see you in my next breakdown.